Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Welcome to another episode of this comedy that we call the Amico. And today we're going to highlight Amico Forever. You know, Amico Forever reminds me of The Office. We're just kind of watching from the outside, right? And all these people are acting like if everything's normal, like they're showing up to a real job and doing real things. It's a complete comedy show. And today we're going to be talking about the two demo releases, right? The ones that are burning up the charts. Let's look at them. Let's see here. There's one player right now playing the demo for Finnegan Fox. The 24-hour peak was 2, and the all-time peak was 5. Oh man, I can feel it coming, right? uh, but don't worry, guys. I haven't done advertising yet. The advertising dollars of your money haven't hit yet. Well, maybe Evil Knievel is doing better. Again, one player right now. The 24-hour peak is 2, and the all-time peak is 3. Oh, man. Okay, well, maybe Steam is not going to be that responsive. Not a lot of people have Steam Decks. The controls, let me tell you, on Evil Knievel, uh, you know, they're backwards, man. When you want to move your wheels up, you have to press forward. When you want to move your wheels down, you have to press back. It's just, it was made for cell phones, so it just, you know. Finnegan Fox, it's the same, just repainted. It's a 7 type game. I mean, it's not the best, but it's not terrible. It is playable. I don't know, about $15 though. That might be a little high, but don't worry, I'll pay them so you don't have to. Just so I have something for my empty box here. But going back to this show right here, right? We're gonna cut it up in sections, but right now I just want to highlight little Juanito here, where it's the end of the show. Okay, it's the end of the show, and they ask everybody what they're doing, right? Like what's going on in your channel, that kind of stuff. So Bacon, Bacon Ice Cream, I think is the name of, BIC, um, is going to talk about the things that he has going on, and a lot of it has to do with what were at one point Intellivision Amico's competitors, and he's got so many things that these guys are working on and putting out. And I was just looking at Juanito's face. He can't even look into the camera, right? He's just looking off to the side. It's sort of like when you're at work, and there's always that one guy at work, he doesn't do anything. He really doesn't do jack squat, right? And he's and he's just looking to the sides whenever they're talking about work. Whenever they're talking about anything, he's just like in the background. He's a lazy ass. He just does the bare minimum. He shows up to work and breathes. So let's just focus on him during the entire response for Bacon Ice Cream, and let's watch him squirm.
We did show Flanagan, right? He was okay.
Yes.
And we're good.
Flanagan's in there. Yeah. He's hanging in.
Oh, look at his face. He's so happy.
Rich, what do you got coming up on the channel?
Oh, well, we were rocking today.
Yeah.
I was just doing some Evercade stuff, some Evercade catch up. They had their big 50-year anniversary event, and they put out a whole lot of news plus an update that brought 3 games to the console.
3,
the new highlight of the month, which is Alligator Hunt, and then 2 hidden games that are unlockable via code. So
unlockable via code. Oh my gosh, the Evercade is rocking. You got people out doing some real work, right? Forget about looking in the camera. Forget about engagement, because now he's got to pretend he's not there. This guy wants to hide. It's like when you did something wrong at work, and the guy who did it just disappears in the background when they call the company meeting, right? They call you all in the lunchroom, like, who the hell did this? And you just try to disappear.
So I was just doing the highlight of the month video, and then news broke from a developer on the Atari VCS side of things.
That one's got to hurt. Atari VCS. And Atari's got it going on right now, right? Atari bought them out, everything. So now he's really got to pretend not to be interested in any of this.
The name of Treefall Studios. So I did a news line. So we're talking about all those things. They're going to drop 3 games in the next day or two on the Atari VCS. So I'm picking up all those. We'll do Fun for Vibes on them.
Look, he wants to laugh. He's like, I can't believe I got paid for this. I got 1.5 games right out. Oh, jeez.
And then those guys, those crazy guys over at Play Magi.
Look, he's getting anxious. He's kind of bopping around. When is this guy going to be over? When's these updates going to be over? What are these people doing? How are they getting all these games out in less than a year? And I took 4 years to get 2 of them out. And right now, they're blazing the charts with a 5 all-time peak and 3 all-time peak in Steam.
Put out, not only did they ship volumes 9 and 10, but then announced volumes 11 and 12 of the Polymega collection.
Are you impressed, Juanito? Look at all that work. Look at what happens when people actually show up to work, right? And they collect a paycheck and actually deliver.
And the new Polymega collections, I will say, quite impressive that they're now introducing Jaguar to the
during the whole thing. He didn't say impressive about either of these demos, right? He's going to say impressive when impressive is due. But Juanito didn't get an impressive.
Polymega family.
Really?
With the advent of Collection 12.
So this part of the show is more exciting than everything else. I at this point I just felt, you know what? Maybe I should just stop watching this. Let me go to Bacon Ice Cream channel, because this stuff really sounds interesting. Like, I really want to know about this stuff. I don't want to hear about these two. He's like, I'm not coming on this show to get humiliated right at the end, right? I don't want people comparing my stuff, my 2 little games, with actual games that people want to play and are impressed with.
Because it's the Tempest collection, and they're adding Tempest 2000, the Jaguar ROM.
He's thinking right now, did Tommy ever say that we were going to bring Tempest? That's what he's saying, because remember the controller? It was going to be so awesome for Tempest. He's like, what did we say about Tempest? What did Tommy say about Tempest?
On the disc. And that
the disc, Juanito, the disc. What's up with the disc?
That also means then that the firmware on the Polymega will support Jaguar Play, probably Big P MU, but nonetheless, the Polymega will play Jaguar games in short order. So we're checking out that too. That's pretty.
Oh, look at him, all heartbroken. He's like, oh my gosh, I'm glad that's over. But now people are gonna think about that. He's like, I'm here to pump my stuff. All right, I want people buying my games. Right, because it's not going well on Steam. I need you to pump up my stuff. This guy's over here humiliating me and pumping other people's stuff that really sounds exciting, man. I got to go watch this episode now.
Pretty much what we got.
Oh, man. And the fun doesn't stop there. But let me tell you, I only have a short little break. I have finals this week. But, I'm chopping it up. And I'm going to bring you more sections of this just complete hilariousness that is this reality show of a failure that is the former Intellivision Amico. Oh man, there's so much, right? So much 5 years of delight. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for more. And of course, they're making all kinds of promises here. The controllers. You can get Apple TV. You can get all kinds of things except the console. All right, humans, I will catch you on the next one. Take care.